These are the absolute worst lies you can believe as a new wholesaler. Check it out. Number one is that this game is easy. It is not easy. It's a lot of work. But here's the thing about it, guys. It is simple concepts. You're simply marketing, trying to find a motivated seller. I'm going to make that seller a low cash offer or a seller finance offer, a novation offer when you get more experience. And then I'm going to assign that contract to an end buyer like a fixer flipper. Those concepts are relatively easy, but the process of doing it every single day is not easy. Okay, everyone feels like this, there's no way this is this hard. You know, it seems like it's easy for this guy online or that guy. It is not easy, but the concepts and the principles are relatively easy to understand. The next one is that this isn't a real job. You know, people tell me all the time as a landlord, oh man, go get a real job. That's not a real job. Let me tell you, it sure is a real job. Even so, more so, it can be worse than even a 9 to 5 job. Okay, we can become mentally exhausted just from doing this game day in and day out. And let me assure you, this is an absolute real career. Next is that it's not consistent. That you might be able to do, you know, one deal here, another deal there, but you can't build a consistent business. Guys, we've been doing this all day, every day for at least almost about 10 years now. It is a real business. I remember even when I told my parents about it, you know, when I first got started, they said something like, won't you just run out of people who have a house to sell? And even then I was like, maybe they're right. There's always a motivated seller everywhere. It shocks me every time I get a phone call. It's, you know, we have a house for sale at a deep discount. You think you have talked to them all. Every single day somebody comes up, an absentee owner, probate, foreclosure, vacant. It's never ending. I'm not sure if I could ever stop doing this business even after I'm in the grave. Next is that you can't build wealth. I remember listening to a local guy in my area. He even said something like, oh, you can't become a millionaire wholesaling real estate. And let me tell you, we have made millions and millions of dollars when it comes to just wholesale fees. So you can absolutely build real wealth. And you don't have to get into owning rentals. You don't have to start doing fix and flips. If you have no desire for that, you don't have to do that. I do that because that's how I wanted to run my business, but you don't have to do that at all. I think RJ Bates said some variation of that he doesn't really want to scale into fix and flipping. I think he has some rentals, or at least did at some point, but he went all in on wholesaling. I think they're doing 30, 40, maybe even 50 deals a month, which is huge and consistent. So that definitely, you can definitely build wealth doing that. And the very last one that really just burns me up is that the flipper or the landlord should always make more money than the wholesaler. I'm not sure where this dumb type of attitude came from, but we make tons of money. In a lot of cases, we make more money than the flipper because we negotiated such a low price with the seller. It doesn't matter if I got that house for $1, as long as there's meat left on the bone for a flipper or a landlord, then that's the deal that's going to happen. Okay, so a lot of people, they just want to, you know, think about what other people are making. They're so upset, like, oh, well, you're making too much money on this deal. If the deal's not selling, then that's how you know the pricing isn't right. Okay, we're not trying to just clobber people. We do win-win deals, but I'm not worried about how much the flipper is. I don't call him and say, man, you know, I thought you were only going to make 20. You made 100. You know, you owe me more money. That would be crazy. And it's insane how other people count other people's money. If you guys are getting started in wholesaling, the very first thing I want you to do is to get all these lies out of your head and get out there and get started right now.